A warm breeze drifted through the modest living room as Morris Johnson, a kind-hearted man in his late 40s, adjusted the worn cushion on the couch. The small house he shared with his teenage son, Noah, in the heart of their tight-knit neighborhood, had seen happier days. But tonight, Morris had decided to offer shelter to a stranger. Just before dusk, a young woman, drenched from an unexpected summer downpour, had appeared at his doorstep. Soaked to the bone and shivering, she introduced herself as Lily. Morris didn't hesitate. He wiped his hands on a towel and led her inside, offering her a change of clothes and a warm meal. Noah, at first taken aback by his father's generosity toward a stranger, soon relaxed, setting out extra blankets and making room on the couch. Lily was soft-spoken, her dark curls clinging to her forehead, and her eyes held a cautious gratitude. She told them she'd been traveling across town to an interview when her car broke down, and in her haste, the storm had caught her unprepared. Morris handed her a dry shirt and offered to loan his old umbrella. She declined politely, insisting she'd be fine, but accepted the dry meal he'd prepared: rice, beans, and fried plantains, comfort food that reminded her of home. As the rain pattered against the windows, the three sat around the small table. Morris asked about the job she was seeking, and Lily hesitated before admitting she was auditioning for a scholarship position abroad, something she'd dreamed of since childhood. Morris nodded encouragingly, sharing his own story of sacrifice. The factory where he'd worked had closed, leaving him to take odd jobs to support Noah after his mother passed away. They laughed together as Lily recounted her childhood love for books, especially old mystery novels her grandmother used to read. Morris shared how he met Noah's mother at a community cleanup drive. That night, the warm atmosphere in the home felt like more than hospitality. It felt like family. Night deepened, and Lily, exhausted, slipped into a guest bedroom Morris had prepared. He checked on her before turning off the lights, noticing her trembling as she sank beneath the covers. Gently, he tucked the blanket around her and whispered, "You're safe here. Get some rest." Noah lay awake, curiosity tugging at him. He studied Lily's profile in the moonlight and wondered who she really was. She seemed different from the strangers they usually encountered. There was an air of refinement in her posture, a quiet dignity even in discomfort. Yet she wore plain clothes and carried herself without pretense. Midnight brought an uneasy stillness. Lily crept out of her room, wrapping a robe around herself, and tiptoed into the hallway. Noah spotted her silhouette and asked in a hushed voice, "You okay?" She offered him a timid smile and said softly, "Just needed some air." He nodded and led her to the small porch. The rain had let up, leaving the air cool and fragrant. They talked about dreams and fears. Noah shared his passion for basketball, but revealed he lacked the funds for proper gear. Lily listened, then reached into her robe pocket and pulled out a crisp envelope. "This is for you," she said, pressing it into his hand. "Use it for whatever you need." Noah stared at the thick stack of bills inside, his eyes wide. Before he could speak, Lily whispered, "I have what I need, a place to stay for the night, and kindness I won't forget." Dawn crept in. Morris woke early, prepared coffee, and found Lily already seated at the kitchen table, her gaze distant. He set a cup before her. "Morning," he said quietly. She sipped, her eyes welling. "Thank you for everything," she murmured. He waved it off. "We're family here. You're welcome any time." Lily dressed and stood by the door, taking one last look around the humble home. Morris offered to drive her to the bus station. She agreed, and together they walked to his old sedan. As they pulled away, Noah ran out, clutching the envelope. Lily rolled down her window and called to him, "Keep chasing your dreams." Noah waved. The envelope heavy in his hand. It wasn't until Lily reached the station that her phone buzzed with a news alert. The daughter of billionaire philanthropist Clarissa Hawthorne had disappeared from her elite boarding school days ago. Authorities released a grainy photo identifying her, the young woman in the storm-drenched clothes. Lily pressed the phone to her chest. Tears streamed down her cheeks. Back at the Johnson household, Noah opened the envelope. His jaw dropped at the sum inside. It could buy new basketball gear and pay for league fees. Morris entered and saw the money. He assumed Lily had struggled financially and left it as a token of gratitude. "She's wealthy?" Noah whispered. Morris looked perplexed but proud. Over the next days, the story blew up on social media. A viral post showed the Johnson home, calling Morris a hero for sheltering a billionaire's daughter without knowing her identity. Interviewers and cameras besieged the neighborhood. Morris and Noah watched from their porch as reporters clamored for statements. The local news called Morris a symbol of true community spirit. Clarissa Hawthorne arrived personally, flanked by security, her elegance undeniable. She embraced Lily tearfully and turned to Morris, eyes shining. She offered them a reward, scholarship money for Noah, and funds to renovate their home. Morris refused at first. "I did what any father would." Clarissa insisted. "You saved my daughter. This is the least we can do." After negotiations, Morris accepted educational grants for Noah, covering tuition and sports expenses and funding to fix up the Johnson house. Lily recovered, visited often, forging a deep bond with both Morris and Noah. Together, they launched a foundation supporting single-parent families in need, honoring the kindness that changed Lily's life and their own. The foundation, called the Shelter of Kindness, quickly gained attention. Celebrities donated. Politicians praised its impact. Morris, once a quiet man working late-night shifts, became a national figure in community care. But he remained the same man who believed that compassion needed no reward. Lily began writing a memoir about her journey, titling it One Night of Rain. In it, she described not only her escape from pressure and expectations, but the transformative power of love from unexpected places. The book became a bestseller, inspiring many to open their doors and hearts. Noah, with the support he needed, went on to play college basketball and later joined a professional team. But he never stopped working with the foundation. He often gave motivational speeches to kids from underprivileged backgrounds, reminding them that dreams are always within reach when someone believes in you. One summer, Lily invited Morris and Noah to a private event hosted at her family estate. It was the first time they saw where she truly came from. Marble floors, chandeliers, rolling gardens. But Lily still wore simple clothes and preferred the kitchen staff's company to the guests in suits. That night, as the stars shimmered above the estate, Lily pulled Morris aside and handed him a set of keys. "This is yours now," she said. It was a new community center, named after Morris's late wife, constructed in their old neighborhood. Morris's eyes filled with tears. Decades later, Morris passed peacefully in his sleep, having lived a life richer than any fortune. At his funeral, attended by hundreds, including government officials, Lily gave a eulogy. "He gave me a place to stay for one night," she said, voice breaking, "but that night gave me a lifetime of love and purpose." Noah took over the foundation fully and continued his father's legacy. A portrait of Morris hung in the center, beneath a plaque that read, "Compassion is a shelter no storm can destroy." And so, from one night of compassion, a lifetime of hope, an opportunity blossomed, proving that true wealth lies in the generosity of the heart.